It seems that remakes and remasters are the hot new trend that tend to be coming out a lot more recently. Let's take a look at all the rumored remakes and why these companies keep trying to make them. And welcome back to Enter the Internet, a show where I discuss anything interesting I find on the internet. My name's Jordan, and it seems that 2021 is possibly the second huge wave of remakes. We've kind of seen this before back in when there was like a first huge wave of remasters and remakes back in 2009 to 2011 era when we saw a bunch of PS2 and original Xbox games getting remastered for the 360 and PS3, such as all the original God of Wars, the Prince of Persias, Sly Coopers, Resident Evils, Jak and Daxter's, basically any big game that was released for the PlayStation 2. I know we get remakes all the time, but it has really ramped up a lot this year. Games such as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl coming out in a couple months, which we can make a whole different video about that if we wanted to. Also, we've already seen games like Pokemon Snap and the Zelda Skyward Sword remake come out earlier this year that people are just eating right up and seem to love. And now, even on top of all of that, we've got another version of a game that's been re-released probably like 100 times at this point, and that is the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. We've seen so many iterations of this game. I can only imagine how much money Todd Howard and Bethesda have made off this game alone. Now, don't get me wrong, Skyrim is one of my all-time favorite games, and I understand it is the 10-year anniversary of the game, and they're remastering it for next gen, and they've also added fishing and blah, 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 but do we really need this? And this brings up an even bigger question. Before I get to that, we know that game companies have already been moving towards more multiplayer-only formats because that's how they keep players coming back. That's how they keep the money coming in with season passes, cosmetic DLCs players can purchase, aka skins, whatever you want to call it. That is where they're making their money, and that's how they keep people coming back. But now, normally this time of year, August, September, people are usually hyped for the huge games that are going to be coming out in the holiday season around October, November. And what AAA games do we have that are going to be coming out this year? Pretty much just Battlefield 2042 and Far Cry 6. And Back 4 Blood, if you want to count that, that's kind of technically a remake of the original Left 4 Dead. Count that if you will. And then we also have our yearly installments of the regular games, FIFA, Madden, NBA 2K, and the new Call of Duty game, Vanguard, that's going to be coming out. And obviously, there's always a few more indie AA titles that tons of people are going to be looking forward to as well. But there's also tons of remakes coming out this year, as some of the ones I just mentioned before. And we're also going to be getting Mario Party Superstars, which is basically tons of N64 maps they just remade for the Switch, Diablo 2 remaster, Super Monkey Ball remaster, and then also, like I just said, we're getting Skyrim, and we're getting GTA 5 again for next-gen consoles. And again, do we really need it? No. But are people going to keep buying it even though it's 8 years old at this point? Yes, sadly. Now, don't get me wrong again, like, I love GTA as well. And me and my friends still hop on it once in a while just to mess around. But again, that's because it's the only game of its kind. It's the only GTA game that's out. We certainly don't invest any of our money into the shark cards or whatever the hell they're called. Also, speaking of Rockstar and Bethesda re-releasing 8 and 10-year-old games, there are also rumors that both companies are going to be remaking even older games, with Bethesda possibly funding a studio just to make remakes of Oblivion and Morrowind, as well as Fallout 3 and New Vegas. There's also been a lot of rumors floating around about Rockstar going to be re-releasing some of the older GTA games, such as San Andreas, Vice City. And now I understand that both companies are working on the next iterations of the game, and both these games are going to have unbelievably high expectations for both of them when they finally come out. People just want new games, new stories, new characters, and I get it. I will rather take quality over quantity. I don't want 150 AAA games every year. And I also understand that there is a whole new generation of players that haven't played these games before just because they're a little bit too young, or they just refuse to play them due to the aged graphics, which I totally understand. So why do these companies keep remaking all of these old games? Basically because people keep buying them, whether it be they want to relive some nostalgia from their childhood, share those same experiences they had with their own new children, or any other reason I've previously mentioned before. People will just keep buying these games. And I'm not innocent. I know I'm completely guilty of this as well. I can't tell you how many times I've bought in Skyrim and GTA 5 and tons of these other remakes that have recently released. Now, I've had to stop myself and not buy every single remake that I've played before as a kid. But one other reason these companies keep making these games is because majority of the time, these studios just outsource these remakes to smaller studios for a cheap fee, and then they just end up making a shit ton of money off the sales of the game. I'm reiterating what I've said earlier. I'm not saying remakes and remasters are bad. I think that we just need to have more new games than just trying to recycle something to have a quick cash grab. But alright, I think that is going to do it for this one. I think I'm going to end my rant there. What do you guys think about all these remakes? Have you picked any of them up recently? Are you going to be picking up any of the ones that are going to be coming out here soon? And also, what do you guys think about the possibility of seeing a Morrowind and Oblivion remake and a San Andreas Vice City remake before we even get the next Elder Scrolls 6 and GTA 6? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy my content, as it really does help me out a lot. So thanks. I'll see you in the next one.